Here we are, March 25th, 2025. It's cold, it's been snowing today, which sucks because we had a hint of warm weather and then it went back to cold, but it's on the, it's heading in the right direction. And our road's pure mud, so the poor old truck, trailer and everything's just covered in garbage and filth, and we got a new project. I found this 2003 Yamaha FJR1300 in Ottawa for sale, and it's not running really, so she's got a problem. It's got a lot of miles on it, but it was like super dirt cheap, so why not, right? It's got 130,000 kilometers on it, and you can tell she's had a little oops there, maybe one or two. I mean, it's not a new bike, it's pretty old, 2003. I think it's been sitting outside. I think the last fella had it stored outside for the winter. So, you know, the sun's not kind to, well, to anything, to be honest. So she's a bit tough, but what a machine they are. And I see them on the market right now for quite a bit more money, and with 170,000 kilometers on them, still going strong. So I've got hope. I may be delusional, but I think we're gonna jump into it and see what's going on. The stuff I can see right off the bat, brakes and tires, pretty much as expected at this price point. And fork seals, the front forks are just springs, there's no dampening there at all. So there's evidence of some fork seal seepage, so they'll need a rebuild, probably even some bushings maybe. I guess we'll see when we get it apart. Steering head bearings more than likely are going to benefit from a change. We'll have a look at them, and well, we'll feel them, see what they're like, and if they're smooth, then we will just check and make sure they got grease in them. If there's any sort of notchiness to them at all, we'll replace them. Got a couple options on here. It's got some heated grips, which is kind of cool. Throttle's super stiff, which is not cool. Lever's bent because of the tip over, obviously. You know, with a bike this old, it's probably been tipped over more than once. It came with the saddlebags and the top case. Still has the license plate from Quebec, although it is registered here in Ontario. Not to me yet, but it will be. I'll switch it over. I'll just switch it without a safety into my name until we get it running and we decide whether it's worth taking the next step, going through a safety inspection, you know, putting the brakes and tires on it and spending the money on it to put it on the road. So it's kind of on that tipping point, you know, is it a parts bike or is it something we can ride? And I'm kind of hoping I can ride it. And instead of driving this to work 3 times a week, because the Tacoma's good, babe, but you know, it's no domestic pickup truck. It likes gas, regular gas, mind you, which is good, but it likes gas. So yeah, this is going to be a fun project. We're going to have to do some plastic repairs. I noticed that things are a little loosey, so there's probably some broken, you know, bracketage in behind there. And who knows what's hiding behind here. Actually, this is actually like getting a Christmas present. You just don't know what's hiding inside. Might be a good present, might not be a good present. So stay tuned. This is, I just brought it home today. I bought it yesterday, but picked it up today. And we'll start tinkering on it and getting to the bottom of it doesn't start. Okay, a young fellow who had it said he had it running, but you know, he had to hold the throttle on to keep it running, and then before it got warmed up, it quit, which actually I've read some other people have the very same symptom. But once you get it warmed up, the fuel system, the EFI, kind of resets, and then it behaves normally again. Don't know. I think there's more going on here, to be honest. A bike this age, we probably have rust in the gas tank. We probably have a crappy fuel pump in there. There's contamination probably in the injectors, but we'll work our way through it, right? We'll inspect the tank, we'll check the fuel pressure, we'll make sure that the injectors are actually doing the injection stuff that they're supposed to be doing, checking for spark and all that good stuff, all the basics, and hopefully we'll make it fire back to life, right? Like the great machine that it has been. I don't know how many owners it's had, I don't know, but it's climbed Mount Washington, so that's something. And it's also, there's a sticker on one of the saddlebags, panniers, depends on what you like, and that says that it went from Val-d'Or, Quebec all the way to Prudhoe Bay in Alaska and back. 16,000 kilometer trek. That was in 2013, and he had a sticker for it. Who does that? Like, I mean, did he have that custom made and put on there? I don't know. I can show it to you, or maybe later. I'll show it to you later. So yeah, we have another Yamaha on top of all my two-stroke Yamahas. I now have a big, really big four-stroke Yamaha. I'm kind of looking forward to riding it. A little different than the multi-strata I used to have. Kind of a different approach to riding entirely, actually. So a little more, should I say, civilized? Less of a hooligan machine? I don't know. It doesn't get the attention the Ducati got, that's for sure. And the Ducati was about 20 times more expensive. Literally 20 times more expensive, and way more on insurance. Insurance on the Ducati was $1,300 plus a year. That was full coverage, mind you. This is more in the $800 range per year here in Ontario. That is just liability, million liability. So yeah, it's kind of shocking. I think it's just kind of, it's been determined here in Canada that having a good time's not allowed. So they make it so expensive that you can't do it. Snowmobiles, motorcycles, any sort of recreational activity, they insure it to death. There's no appetite for risk at all here. And so you got to really want it, you know, because it takes a big chunk out of your pocketbook. I think I spent more on insurance on the Ducati than I did on fuel. Well, I know I did, actually. I know I did, by far. So maybe this will reverse that trend, and maybe we'll put lots of miles on it. Anyway, so this is the first video. I'll try to get organized. I'm not very organized, and I'll try to shoot some videos and make sure that we kind of build a story, how I'm diagnosing this thing, and hopefully come up with a conclusion that makes sense. Not all of a sudden, hey, it's working fine, I don't know what I did, kind of thing. That doesn't do anybody any good. And it doesn't do me any good either, because I don't have any confidence in it. So we'll see if we can get to the bottom of this thing, and we will definitely post the results. We're also on the Facebook group, the FJR Owners Facebook group, which I'm sure they'll be very interested in what's going on. And we got the little RZ sitting over here. This is the 1990. I don't know, I really should sell that thing. It's just sitting here. There's enough people that want it really bad that I should just let it go, because it's just collecting dust. Pretty bad, actually, a lot of dust. And I got 4 more in the shed that I need to get to, so I should let this one go, and I need the space in the shop. We might be selling the shop. That's another story, another video, another time. So hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope it's a lot warmer where you are. My hands are freezing, and I want to get the bike in here, turn the heat on, and start pulling the fairing panels off of it and getting into the meat and potatoes. So anyway, cheers. Have a good day.